So on the Convention Horror Story episode, which is episode 23, I believe.
22.
Is it 22?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well,
Dude, I don't remember the episode numbers.
Yeah.
Well, that episode we recorded. I spoke about getting hired to do the Samsung ad, and we were like, hee, that's funny. I got undercharged. It turned out it was not hee funny because the company fucking struck my video down, and it was just, oh my god, like it was almost worse that they replied to our emails.
Yeah,
because normally you just, if it's Sony or it's a giant music company.
To explain, they content claimed your video. Am I correct? Like, so they gave you a copyright strike.
Yeah,
they copy striked your video, right?
Yeah. Can we copy strike
And normally, like as a YouTuber, as like especially when you've done like especially someone in my position who's used anime footage, copyright strikes aren't anything new for me. Yeah. But my normal the normal thing I do is I like reply to them being like, hey, this is like fair use and everything. Yeah. And 90% of the time they just don't reply because they're Japanese companies. So they don't give a shit. So I've never dealt with a copy strike situation
where they've replied.
Where they've just like,
they're
backed
like,
it up.
Actually.
I almost wish they didn't because like, oh my god,
it must be hell.
It was like this. I've never had like a more like rude company. Like, and like I don't expect them to be nice to me because they don't owe me anything. But just being like polite would be nice.
You've had some seriously bad luck with copyright. I mean,
really,
like the whole like outro, like
my whole
well, right?
all of my videos have been claimed twice. So I lost a lot of money on that, and then this one obviously happened. But this one was just frustrating because they hired me.
Yeah.
So the ad that I'm voicing in, they struck me for. And their reasoning was because I showed the footage, and in my Fiverr gig where they hired me, right? So the video was for people who don't know. I was doing a video where I was a Fiverr seller and I was a voice actor. And on my Fiverr gig, I said like, hey, anything you order will be used in the video.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey man, you guys know that I was going to use this. Like you should have told me. Can you like at least give me the like, because this was misunderstanding and whatever, like, give me a chance to remove the footage. Because on YouTube, you can actually edit the video live. So you can actually remove stuff from this. We all know this, right?
Yeah.
So I was saying like, hey, just remove the strike. It takes one button and I'll get rid of the copyright stuff right away. Right. Like clearly this is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like let's just sort this out. And their response was like, we're too busy. And bear in mind, it is one button. It is one button to remove the strike, right?
But it's a button that's just so far away.
Their reply was something along the lines of, we have so many projects going on. We're extremely busy. Bear in mind, our email chain is like 20 fucking emails that are huge. Like this is bullshit.
As if you're not busy.
It was less buttons to claim the video in the first place. Like, what the hell?
And I told them in the email, like, you could have emailed me and I would have removed it ASAP. And they're like, well, we don't know that. We didn't want to deal with talking and all that.
Because to explain, there are several levels of copyright strike, right? You can just claim the content and give the content creator 0 strikes. And then if you do that, then they can edit out the copyrighted material.
Which I would have done.
Yeah, and which he would have done. No, but they went like the nuclear option. They just straight up gave you a strike, put a strike in your account.
Took the video down.
And so you have 0 control over the video. To explain to people.
And a strike is, I mean, I'm sure you all know this, but 3 strikes and your channel's gone of copyright strikes.
Yeah.
And, I explained that to them and they were like, well, not our problem. And I was like, well, I mean, kind of is because you're the one who did this and, it doesn't really need to be this way. And it's very easy to fix. And they just kept saying like, well, we don't really care. And it was just awful. And fuck, what else happened? God, I might have to cut something while I think about the story.
And I remember you politely saying, but hey, like I probably need to talk about this on my channel.
Yeah.
So I told them like, hey, because they were just being so uncooperative, and they were fine with the idea of me editing it out, but they kept saying, hey, just ask YouTube to do it. Just ask YouTube. The problem is, right, is that YouTube, as it should be, isn't involved with this.
Yeah.
It doesn't involve.
They're
YouTube.
just the mediator. Right?
They're just the ones who host it. Right?
Yeah.
It's not their problem. They're like, well, they kept saying we've gone through YouTube, so why are you contacting us? Go through YouTube's system. And I do think they understood that YouTube tells you to contact them. Because it's not their problem. It's like YouTube is like, you have to talk to them. So that's what we're trying to tell them. And like, it's like talking to a fucking wall because they're like, they just don't get it. They're like, I don't think they understand
not
YouTube
only do they not get it, but it's frustrating because they don't care to understand it.
Yeah, they don't care to understand. They don't get it because they've got their result, which is the video down.
Yeah,
and then, after like every, like it's like 10 emails back and forth. Like I think Maylene even called them up and like they just kind of like shrugged it off. So just nothing's happening. So in the email, we write saying, hey, well, I hate to like say this, but we're probably gonna have to re-upload the video, which I am doing, and we're probably gonna have to explain in that video why it's been taken down, which may make you look bad.
Yeah.
And they were like, immediately responded with like, how dare you try and blackmail us? we will not, like, it was like, we will not entertain nor give in to blackmail. I'm like, what are you, the US government dealing
We will
with terrorists?
not negotiate with terrorists.
That was literally the vibe of this email. It was so funny. It was so.
We will not take this slander.
They went full fucking Karen mode, man. They're like, I am the victim. Actually, how dare you come to my house and you threaten me?
That's literally the full 180.
We will never give in.
We will never give in. And, okay, actually, guess which country this company's from. I think it'll make so much sense.
I don't know.
Just take a guess. What country do you think is super strict with rules?
Like,
Top of your head.
I would think in some kind of Asian country.
No.
But really?
European.
Russia.
No, Germany.
Oh, okay.
We're following the rules.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And I tried so many routes, like trying to get this done through YouTube. Like I have even the company saying like, hey, they don't care that, like they are totally fine with me getting the stuff removed from the video and re-uploading it, but they just don't want to do that. They don't want to remove the strike. Yeah. And so as also I asked Fiverr, I said, hey Fiverr, I know that like I did use that footage, and you know, it's up in the air and you know, if it's fair use or not, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. Fiverr, like, even though I was critical of them in that video, I did say that I think it's wrong that Fiverr takes a bit of the tips, which I don't think they should do.
Right.
And they also charge 20% on everything.
Yeah.
And Fiverr actually reached out on my behalf to the company and asked, hey, we know this is like a problem, but hey, could you please put the video back up?
Oh, so Fiverr had your back.
Fiverr backed me up.
Oh, nice.
You know what they told Fiverr?
What?
They said to Fiverr, we want to keep the strike on his channel because he tried to blackmail us. That's what they told Fiverr. No joke. That's what they told.
Oh my God.
This company like was like just so petty the whole way through. It was so tragic. And so now I'm just re-uploading the video and just explaining.
So do you still have a strike?
Still have the strike, unfortunately. They won't remove
But
it.
at least you're gonna like slightly like call them out, right? In the new video.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean,
you're probably not gonna say them by name, but still.
I mean,
like,
it's, you know, if you look through the video, you can see the
Yeah.
name of the company. Like it's there.
yeah, exactly.
I feel like, I don't know, because the way I've been conditioned as like, the way I was like taught as a kid was like to get problems resolved. Like it's polite, you know, to ask politely and, you know, to resolve conflicts in like a adult manner.
Yeah, be civil about it.
Yeah, be civil about it. But like the more I'm on the internet and the more, especially as a YouTuber, it's just like I've realized that to get problems solved and to get shit done is like it goes against everything I was taught.
The best way to get shit resolved is to just go out into the public and go, fuck you!
it's so true though, right? Because we've been conditioned now to get a problem resolved is to make as much fucking noise as possible.
I'm gonna give you a new target to go after. Sick 'em.
Well, it's unfortunate because like I always as a last resort tweet about it or make it a public issue because like I just don't like it. I think it's really
because there's a part of you that makes you look bad, right?
Yeah,
like being
I feel like an arsehole being like, yo, but I got this following, you know. I'm gonna set the dogs on this one. Release the hounds. But like it feels like that's the only way to get things done, especially when it's like I love the fact that the official way to get problems resolved on YouTube is just to fucking @team YouTube on Twitter and just get people to retweet that instead of having like a proper chain of communication. No, you just got to make as much fucking noise on Twitter as possible.
It's not a last resort to @team YouTube. It's just a requirement.
If it's a YouTube problem, I'll @team YouTube. But like this, it was kind of that company, and honestly, like their social media, I found their social medias and everything, they're really small. If I wanted to like make them known that it was like, I could have tweeted out and be like, hey guys, go and fucking spam the social media asking to remove the strike. I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't want to do that.
You don't want to use your power for that kind of stuff, right?
But it's sad as well because like, you know, I could do that, and that would be like, I guess, abusing my power, right?
Yeah.
I guess. But then also, the only reason they aren't taking me seriously is because I'm an individual.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's unfair because they're a company and they think that I'm just a fly and that they can just swap me away every time, which they just kept doing. And like, at any point, I could have just made like. The thing is, right, is that like you don't want to say it, but you know, if people search for the company's name, you could easily make it so the stuff that comes up is pretty bad for them.
Yeah.
Could have easily have done that, but I'm not going to because I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, you might be a flyer, but you're a flyer that's about 6 feet long. Right? Like it's going to be a little hard to sort your way.
And it's like such a thing because it's like, man, I really want to abuse my power right now. I really want to really want to finna abuse my power right now to make your life hell because you guys have been absolute assholes.
Cigar in one hand. Let's get them.